Ethan Blackwood, a self-made billionaire, sat in his penthouse overlooking the city. His fortune was vast, but his heart was heavy. His son, Daniel, had recently announced his engagement to Clara, a woman Ethan had never met. Rumors swirled that Clara was only interested in Daniel's wealth. Determined to test her character, Ethan devised a plan. He would pretend to be a struggling, middle-class father. If Clara truly loved Daniel, she would stay regardless of their financial status. Please subscribe to my channel for more sweet videos like this. Let the story continue. Ethan called Daniel, his voice steady. "Son, I need to tell you something. The family fortune is gone. I've lost everything." Daniel was stunned, but agreed to keep the secret. Ethan moved out of the penthouse and into a modest apartment, shedding his designer suits for simple attire. The stage was set, and the test began. Clara arrived at the small apartment, her designer handbag clashing with the worn furniture. Ethan greeted her warmly, his eyes studying her every move. "Welcome, Clara. I'm sorry the place isn't much," he said, feigning embarrassment. Clara forced a smile, her eyes darting around the room. "It's cozy," she replied, her tone strained. Over dinner, Ethan spoke of financial struggles, watching Clara's reactions closely. She nodded politely, but seemed distracted. Daniel, unaware of Ethan's observations, tried to lighten the mood. "We'll get through this together," he said, squeezing Clara's hand. She smiled weakly, her mind elsewhere. Ethan's suspicions grew, but he remained silent, determined to see the plan through. The engagement party was held in a modest community hall, a far cry from the lavish events Clara had imagined. She wore a simple dress, her disappointment evident. Ethan mingled with the guests, his eyes never leaving Clara. When it was time for speeches, he stood up, his voice filled with false humility. "I may not have much to offer, but I'm proud of my son and his choice," he said, watching Clara's reaction. Clara's smile was tight, her eyes avoiding Ethan's gaze. She whispered to Daniel, "Is this all we can afford?" Daniel, torn between loyalty to his father and love for Clara, reassured her. "It's not about the money," he said. Clara nodded, but her heart wasn't in it. Ethan's resolve hardened. The test was far from over. A week later, Ethan arranged for Clara to receive a job offer from a prestigious firm. The catch? It required her to move across the country, away from Daniel. Clara's eyes lit up at the opportunity. "This is my chance to prove myself," she told Daniel, her excitement palpable. Daniel hesitated. "What about us?" he asked. Clara waved off his concerns. "We'll make it work," she said, but her eagerness to leave spoke volumes. Ethan watched the exchange, his heart heavy. He had hoped Clara would prioritize her relationship with Daniel, but her actions suggested otherwise. Still, he reminded himself that the test wasn't over. Perhaps she would surprise him yet. Months passed, and the distance took its toll on Daniel and Clara's relationship. Phone calls grew shorter, and visits became rare. Daniel tried to stay positive, but Clara's focus on her career was undeniable. Ethan, still playing the role of a struggling father, offered Daniel advice. "Love requires sacrifice," he said, his words laced with hidden meaning. Clara, meanwhile, thrived in her new job, her ambitions overshadowing her commitment to Daniel. She began to question the relationship, wondering if it was worth the effort. Ethan's plan was working, but the cost was high. Daniel's heartbreak was evident, and Ethan began to wonder if he had made a mistake. One evening, Ethan received a call from Clara. "I've made a decision," she said, her voice cold. "I can't continue this relationship. Daniel deserves someone who can give him their all, and that's not me." Ethan's heart sank, but he remained calm. "Are you sure?" he asked. Clara hesitated, then confirmed her decision. Ethan hung up the phone, his mind racing. The test had revealed Clara's true character. But at what cost? He knew he had to come clean to Daniel, but the timing had to be right. The revelation would change everything, and Ethan could only hope that his son would understand. Ethan sat Daniel down, his heart heavy with guilt. "Son, there's something I need to tell you," he began. Daniel looked at him, confused. "What is it, Dad?" Ethan took a deep breath. The financial struggles, the modest lifestyle. It was all a test. "I wanted to see if Clara truly loved you for who you are, not your wealth." Daniel's eyes widened in shock. "You lied to me?" he asked, his voice trembling. Ethan nodded, regret etched on his face. "I did it to protect you, but I see now that it was a mistake. I'm sorry." Daniel stood up, his emotions swirling. "I need time to process this," he said before walking out. Daniel spent the next few days in solitude, grappling with his father's deception. He felt betrayed, but a part of him understood Ethan's intentions. Clara's departure had left a void, but Daniel began to see the truth. She had chosen her career over their relationship, and perhaps that was for the best. Ethan, meanwhile, struggled with his guilt. He had wanted to protect his son, but his actions had caused pain. He vowed to make amends, but he knew it would take time. The road to reconciliation was long, but Ethan was determined to rebuild the trust he had broken. Daniel returned to Ethan's apartment, his expression calm but resolute. "I've thought about what you did," he said. "I don't agree with it, but I understand why you did it." Ethan nodded, relief washing over him. "I'm sorry, Daniel. I only wanted what was best for you." Daniel smiled faintly. "I know, Dad, but next time, just talk to me, okay?" Ethan agreed, his heart lighter. The two men embraced, their bond stronger than ever. The test had revealed painful truths, but it had also brought them closer together. As they looked to the future, they knew that honesty would be their guiding principle. With Clara out of the picture, Daniel focused on rebuilding his life. He threw himself into his work, finding solace in his passion for photography. Ethan, no longer pretending to be poor, supported his son in every way he could. The two spent more time together, their relationship deepening. One evening, as they sat on the balcony of Ethan's penthouse, Daniel turned to his father. "Thank you for looking out for me," he said. Ethan smiled, his eyes filled with pride. "Always, son, always." The city lights twinkled below, a symbol of the bright future that lay ahead for both of them. Daniel's photography career began to flourish. He found inspiration in the city's hidden corners, capturing moments that told stories of resilience and hope. Ethan, proud of his son's talent, encouraged him to pursue his passion. "You have a gift," Ethan said one evening as they reviewed Daniel's latest portfolio. "Don't let anyone or anything hold you back." Daniel smiled, grateful for his father's support. "I've been thinking about doing a series on everyday heroes," he said. "People who make a difference without seeking recognition." Ethan nodded, impressed. "That's a wonderful idea. Let me know if you need any help." The two men spent the rest of the evening brainstorming, their bond stronger than ever. While shooting a series, Daniel met Mia, a nurse who worked at a free clinic in the city's poorest neighborhood. Her dedication to her patients was inspiring, and Daniel was immediately drawn to her. "Can I photograph you?" he asked, his camera in hand. Mia laughed, her eyes sparkling. "Only if you promise to make me look good," she teased. As Daniel captured Mia's work, he found himself captivated by her kindness and strength. They spent hours talking, sharing their dreams and aspirations. By the end of the day, Daniel knew he had found someone special. He couldn't wait to introduce her to Ethan. Daniel brought Mia to the penthouse, his heart pounding with anticipation. "Dad, this is Mia," he said, his voice filled with pride. Ethan greeted her warmly, his eyes studying her with a mix of curiosity and hope. "It's a pleasure to meet you, Mia," he said, extending his hand. Mia shook his hand, her smile genuine. "The pleasure is mine, Mr. Blackwood. Daniel has told me so much about you." Ethan raised an eyebrow, glancing at his son. "All good things, I hope," he said with a chuckle. The three of them spent the evening talking, the atmosphere filled with laughter and warmth. Ethan couldn't help but feel a sense of relief. Mia was different from Clara, and he was eager to see where this new relationship would lead. Ethan, still cautious from his past experience, decided to test Mia's character in a subtle way. He invited her to join him and Daniel for a weekend getaway to a cabin in the mountains. The cabin was modest, a far cry from the luxury Mia might have expected. Ethan watched her closely, curious to see how she would react. Mia, however, embraced the experience with enthusiasm. She helped with the cooking, joined Daniel on hikes, and even spent hours by the fireplace, sharing stories of her life. Ethan's suspicions began to fade, replaced by a growing admiration for the young woman who had captured his son's heart. On the last night of their trip, Ethan decided to come clean. "Mia, there's something I need to tell you," he said, his voice serious. Mia looked at him, concerned. "What is it, Mr. Blackwood?" Ethan took a deep breath. "I'm not the struggling father I pretended to be. I'm actually a billionaire." Mia's eyes widened in surprise, but she quickly composed herself. "Why did you pretend?" she asked, her tone curious rather than accusatory. Ethan explained his past experience with Clara and his desire to protect Daniel. Mia listened intently, her expression thoughtful. "I understand," she said finally, "but you don't have to worry about me. I love Daniel for who he is, not what he has." Ethan felt a weight lift off his shoulders. Mia's sincerity was evident, and he knew she was the real deal. "Thank you," he said, his voice filled with gratitude. "You've made me realize that sometimes the best way to protect someone is to trust them." With the truth out in the open, Daniel and Mia's relationship deepened. They spent more time together, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. Ethan, no longer burdened by his secret, focused on supporting his son and his new partner. He even offered to fund Mia's clinic, but she politely declined. "I appreciate the offer," she said, "but I want to do this on my own." Ethan respected her decision, his admiration for her growing even more. He began to see Mia as the daughter he had always wanted, someone who shared his values and love for Daniel. The future looked bright, and Ethan was determined to make the most of it. One evening, as the sun set over the city, Daniel took Mia to the rooftop of Ethan's penthouse. The view was breathtaking, the sky painted in hues of orange and pink. Daniel got down on one knee, holding out a ring. "Mia, you've brought so much joy into my life. Will you marry me?" Mia's eyes filled with tears as she nodded. "Yes, Daniel. 1,000 times yes." They embraced, their hearts beating as one. Ethan watched from a distance, his eyes misty with emotion. He had once doubted love, but now he saw its true power. His son had found someone who loved him for who he was, and that was all that mattered. The engagement was met with joy and excitement. Daniel and Mia began planning their wedding, determined to make it a reflection of their love. Ethan offered to help, but they insisted on keeping it simple and intimate. "We wanted to be about us," Daniel explained, "not the extravagance." Ethan respected their wishes, offering his support in any way he could. He even suggested hosting the wedding at the cabin in the mountains, a place that held special meaning for all of them. Daniel and Mia loved the idea, and the planning began in earnest. As the wedding date approached, an unexpected guest arrived, Clara. She had heard about Daniel's engagement and wanted to congratulate him in person. Daniel was hesitant, but Ethan encouraged him to hear her out. "Closure is important," he said. "It might help you move on." Daniel agreed, meeting Clara at a cafe. She looked different, her once polished demeanor replaced by a more humble appearance. "I've made a lot of mistakes," she admitted, "but I'm happy for you, Daniel. Mia seems like a wonderful person." Daniel nodded, his heart at peace. "Thank you, Clara. I wish you all the best." They parted ways. Their past was finally laid to rest. Daniel returned to Mia, ready to embrace the future with her by his side. The wedding day arrived, and the cabin transformed into a beautiful venue. Friends and family gathered, their hearts filled with joy. Daniel stood at the altar, his eyes fixed on Mia as she walked down the aisle. She looked radiant, her smile lighting up the room. As they exchanged vows, Ethan watched with pride. His son had found true love, and he couldn't be happier. The ceremony was simple yet heartfelt, a reflection of Daniel and Mia's love for each other. As they kissed, the room erupted in applause, celebrating the beginning of a new chapter in their lives. Daniel and Mia's honeymoon was a quiet retreat to a secluded beach. They spent their days exploring and their nights stargazing. It was a time of reflection and connection, a chance to celebrate their love away from the world. Ethan, meanwhile, returned to the city, his heart full. He had once doubted love, but now he saw its true power. His son had found happiness, and that was all that mattered. As he looked out over the city, he felt a sense of peace, knowing that the future was bright. Daniel and Mia returned from their honeymoon, ready to start their life together. They moved into a modest apartment, determined to build their future on their terms. Ethan supported their decision, offering guidance whenever needed. As they settled into their new life, Daniel and Mia found joy in the simple things. They cooked together, explored the city, and dreamed of the future. Their love was a testament to the power of authenticity and trust, a reminder that true happiness comes from within. A year later, Daniel and Mia welcomed a baby girl into the world. They named her Lily, a symbol of purity and new beginnings. Ethan was overjoyed, his heart swelling with love for his granddaughter. He spent every moment he could with her, cherishing the bond they shared. As he held Lily in his arms, Ethan reflected on the journey that had brought them to this moment. He had once doubted love, but now he saw its true power. His family was complete, and he couldn't be happier. As the years passed, Daniel and Mia built a life filled with love and purpose. Lily grew up surrounded by warmth and kindness, her parents' love a constant source of strength. Ethan, now a proud grandfather, watched with pride as his family thrived. He knew that his legacy was not in his wealth, but in the love and values he had passed on to his son. As he looked out over the city, he felt a sense of fulfillment, knowing that the future was bright for the Blackwood family. Daniel and Mia decided to start a family business together, combining Daniel's passion for photography and Mia's dedication to helping others. They opened a small studio that offered free photography sessions for families in need, capturing precious moments for those who couldn't afford it. Ethan, proud of their initiative, offered to fund the project, but they insisted on doing it on their own. "We want this to be ours," Daniel said, his voice filled with determination. The studio quickly became a success, its walls adorned with heartfelt stories and smiling faces. Ethan often visited, his heart swelling with pride as he watched his son and daughter-in-law make a difference in the community. The business was more than just a source of income. It was a testament to their love and shared values. Running a business wasn't without its challenges. One day, a client canceled a major shoot at the last minute, leaving Daniel and Mia scrambling to cover the costs. Ethan, sensing their stress, offered to help, but they declined. "We'll figure it out," Mia said, her voice steady. "This is our dream, and we'll make it work." Daniel and Mia spent the next few days brainstorming, eventually coming up with a plan to host a community event. They reached out to local businesses for sponsorships and organized a photography workshop. The event was a hit, drawing in new clients and restoring their financial stability. Ethan watched from the sidelines, his admiration for their resilience growing. They had faced their first challenge head-on and emerged stronger than ever. As the years passed, Daniel and Mia's family continued to grow. They welcomed a second child, a boy named Noah, who brought even more joy into their lives. Lily, now a curious and energetic toddler, adored her baby brother, her laughter filling the house. Ethan, now a doting grandfather, spent as much time as he could with his grandchildren. He loved watching them grow, his heart swelling with pride at every milestone. "They're perfect," he often said, his eyes misty with emotion. Daniel and Mia smiled, grateful for his unwavering support. Their family was a source of strength, a reminder of the love that had brought them together. One evening, as the family gathered for dinner, there was a knock at the door. Daniel opened it to find Clara standing there, her expression hesitant. "I know I'm the last person you expected to see," she said, her voice trembling. "But I needed to apologize." Daniel invited her in, his heart heavy with mixed emotions. Clara explained that she had been through a lot since they last saw each other, her career-driven life leaving her feeling empty. "I realized too late what truly matters," she said, her eyes filled with regret. "I just wanted to say I'm sorry for everything." Daniel nodded, his heart softening. "Thank you, Clara. I forgive you." Mia, ever compassionate, offered her a seat at the table. The evening was filled with heartfelt conversations, a chance for closure and healing. As Clara left, she thanked them for their kindness, her heart a little lighter. Clara's visit marked the beginning of a new chapter for everyone. She decided to stay in the city, determined to rebuild her life on her terms. Daniel and Mia, inspired by her courage, offered her a job at their studio. "We could use someone with your experience," Mia said, her smile genuine. Clara accepted, her gratitude evident. She threw herself into her work, her dedication and talent quickly making her an invaluable part of the team. The studio thrived, its success a testament to the power of second chances. Ethan watched with pride, his heart swelling with hope. The past had been painful, but it had also brought them to this moment of growth and renewal. Ethan decided to host a family reunion, inviting everyone who had played a role in their journey. The penthouse was filled with laughter and warmth, the air buzzing with stories and memories. Daniel and Mia mingled with their guests, their love and happiness evident. As the evening drew to a close, Ethan stood up to make a toast. "To the family," he said, his voice filled with emotion. "To love, resilience, and second chances. We've been through a lot, but we've come out stronger. Here's to the future and the memories we'll create together." The room erupted in applause, their hearts united in celebration. The reunion was more than just a gathering. It was a testament to the bonds that had brought them together. As they looked to the future, they knew that their love and support would carry them through whatever challenges lay ahead. As the years passed, the Blackwood family continued to thrive. Daniel and Mia's studio became a cornerstone of the community. Its impact felt far and wide. Lily and Noah grew up surrounded by love and kindness, their parents' values shaping them into compassionate and resilient individuals. Ethan, now retired, spent his days with his grandchildren, his heart filled with joy. He often reflected on the journey that had brought them to this moment, his gratitude evident in every smile. The legacy he had built was not in his wealth, but in the love and values he had passed on to his family. Lily, now a teenager, showed a keen interest in photography, her talent evident in every shot. Daniel and Mia encouraged her, their pride is evident. "You have a gift," Daniel often said, his voice filled with admiration. Lily smiled, her heart swelling with determination. Noah, on the other hand, was more interested in science, his curiosity driving him to explore the world around him. Ethan often spent hours with him, their conversations filled with wonder and excitement. The next generation was full of promise, their dreams a testament to the love and support that surrounded them. As the years passed, the Blackwood family continued to grow and evolve. Daniel and Mia's love remained a constant source of strength, their bond unbreakable. Ethan, now a proud grandfather, watched with pride as his family thrived, his heart filled with gratitude. The circle of life continued, each generation building on the legacy of the one before. The Blackwood family was a testament to the power of love, resilience, and authenticity, a reminder that true happiness comes from within. As they looked to the future, they knew that their love and support would carry them through whatever challenges lay ahead. Lily, now in her late teens, approached her parents with an ambitious idea. She wanted to start a non-profit organization that would provide photography workshops for underprivileged youth, teaching them not only the art of photography, but also life skills and confidence. Daniel and Mia were thrilled by her initiative. "This is a wonderful idea, Lily," Mia said, her eyes shining with pride. "How can we help?" Lily spent weeks drafting a business plan, her determination unwavering. Ethan, impressed by her drive, offered to mentor her. "You've got a good head on your shoulders," he said. "But remember, the key to success is perseverance." Lily nodded, her resolve stronger than ever. With her family's support, she launched the nonprofit, calling it Shutter of Hope. The organization quickly gained traction, and its impact was felt throughout the community. Noah, now a high school student, faced his own set of challenges. He had always been passionate about science, but a failed experiment in the school science fair left him disheartened. "I worked so hard," he said, his voice filled with frustration, "and it all fell apart." Daniel sat down with him, his tone gentle. "Failure is part of the process, Noah. What matters is how you bounce back." Mia echoed his sentiment, reminding Noah of the countless scientists who had faced setbacks before achieving greatness. Inspired by their words, Noah decided to revisit his experiment, determined to learn from his mistakes. His perseverance paid off, and he eventually won a regional science competition, his confidence restored. One evening, as the family gathered for dinner, Ethan made a surprise announcement. "I've decided to write a memoir," he said, his voice filled with excitement. "I want to share our family's story, the struggles, the triumphs, and the lessons we've learned along the way." Daniel and Mia were thrilled by the idea, offering to help in any way they could. Lily and Noah, curious about their family's history, eagerly volunteered to assist with research. The project brought them even closer together, their conversations filled with laughter and nostalgia. As Ethan began to write, he found himself reflecting on the journey that had shaped their lives, his gratitude evident in every word. While working on the memoir, Ethan received an unexpected letter from an old friend, Margaret, whom he hadn't seen in decades. She had heard about his memoir and wanted to reconnect. Intrigued, Ethan invited her to visit, curious to hear her perspective on their shared past. Margaret's arrival brought a wave of nostalgia, her stories shedding new light on Ethan's early years. Daniel and Mia were fascinated by her tales, their understanding of Ethan's journey deepening. The visit was a reminder of the importance of connections, a testament to the enduring power of friendship. Margaret's visit inspired Ethan to include a chapter in his memoir about the people who had shaped his life. He reached out to old friends and colleagues, their stories adding depth and richness to his narrative. The process was cathartic, a chance to reflect on the impact others had had on his journey. As he wrote, Ethan realized that his story was not just about wealth or success, but about the relationships that had defined him. The memoir became a tribute to the people who had stood by him through thick and thin, their love and support a constant source of strength. The memoir's release was a family affair, with everyone pitching in to promote it. Lily organized a book launch event at her nonprofit, while Noah created a website to showcase Ethan's work. Daniel and Mia handled the logistics, their teamwork a testament to their love and dedication. The event was a resounding success, the room filled with friends, family, and fans. Ethan's speech was heartfelt, his gratitude evident in every word. "This memoir is not just my story," he said. "It's our story, a testament to the power of love, resilience, and authenticity." The audience erupted in applause, their admiration for Ethan and his family evident. The memoir's success opened new doors for Ethan, who found himself in demand as a speaker and mentor. He embraced the opportunity, his passion for sharing his story evident in every speech. Daniel and Mia watched with pride, their admiration for Ethan growing with each passing day. Lily and Noah, inspired by their grandfather's journey, began to explore their own passions with renewed vigor. The Blackwood family was a testament to the power of love and resilience, their legacy a source of inspiration for all who knew them. As they looked to the future, they knew that their journey was far from over, their love and support carrying them through whatever challenges lay ahead. Just as things seemed to be settling into a comfortable rhythm, a new challenge emerged. The studio faced a sudden financial crisis, its future uncertain. Daniel and Mia were devastated, their dreams seemingly slipping through their fingers. "We've worked so hard," Mia said, her voice filled with frustration. "How could this happen?" Ethan, ever the pragmatist, stepped in to help. "We'll figure this out," he said, his tone steady. "We've faced challenges before, and we've always come out stronger." Together, the family brainstormed solutions, their determination unwavering. They decided to launch a crowdfunding campaign, their story resonating with the community. The response was overwhelming. Their faith in humanity was restored. The crowdfunding campaign was a resounding success, the community rallying behind the Blackwood family. Donations poured in, their gratitude evident in every message. "We believe in you," one donor wrote. "Your work has touched so many lives." Daniel and Mia were overwhelmed by the support, and their faith in their mission was renewed. They decided to use the funds to expand the studio, offering even more services to the community. The crisis had brought them closer together, their love and resilience a testament to the power of family. With the financial crisis behind them, the studio entered a new era of growth. Daniel and Mia hired new staff, and their team is a reflection of their values and dedication. Lily's nonprofit continued to thrive, and its impact felt far and wide. Noah, now a college student, pursued his passion for science with renewed vigor, his future full of promise. Ethan, ever the patriarch, watched with pride as his family continued to thrive. His memoir had become a bestseller, its message of love and resilience resonating with readers around the world. The Blackwood family was a testament to the power of authenticity, their legacy a source of inspiration for all who knew them. As the years passed, the Blackwood family's legacy continued to grow. Daniel and Mia's studio became a cornerstone of the community. Its impact felt far and wide. Lily's nonprofit expanded its reach, its workshops touching the lives of countless young people. Noah, now a successful scientist, credited his family's support for his achievements. Ethan, now in his golden years, reflected on the journey that had brought them to this moment. His heart was filled with gratitude, his legacy a testament to the power of love and resilience. As he looked out over the city, he knew that the future was bright, his family's love and support carrying them through whatever challenges lay ahead. Ethan's passing was a moment of profound sadness for the Blackwood family, but also a celebration of a life well lived. His memoir had become a timeless tribute to the power of love and resilience, its message resonating with readers around the world. Daniel, Mia, Lily, and Noah gathered to honor his memory, their hearts filled with gratitude. As they shared stories of Ethan's life, they realized that his legacy was not just in his wealth or success, but in the love and values he had passed on to them. The Blackwood family was a testament to the power of authenticity, their bond unbreakable. As they looked to the future, they knew that Ethan's spirit would always be with them, guiding them through whatever challenges lay ahead. After Ethan's passing, the Blackwood family found themselves at a crossroads. Though his absence left a void, his legacy of love, resilience, and authenticity continued to guide them. Daniel and Mia took over the reins of the family's philanthropic efforts, ensuring that Ethan's vision of giving back to the community remained alive. Lily's nonprofit, Shudder of Hope, expanded to new cities, empowering even more young people through photography and life skills. Noah, now a respected scientist, began mentoring students, inspired by his grandfather's belief in the power of education. The family gathered one evening at the cabin in the mountains, a place that held so many cherished memories. As they sat by the fireplace, Daniel raised a toast. "To Dad," he said, his voice steady but emotional. "He taught us that the true measure of success isn't wealth, but the impact we have on others. Let's continue to honor him by living our lives with purpose and love." Lily's nonprofit reached a significant milestone when it was featured in a national magazine. The article highlighted the stories of several young people whose lives had been transformed by Shudder of Hope. One of them, a teenager named Javier, had gone from struggling in school to winning a photography scholarship, thanks to Lily's mentorship. "This is what it's all about," Lily said, tears in her eyes as she read the article. Changing lives one shutter click at a time, Daniel and Mia couldn't have been prouder. "You've taken your grandfather's lessons to heart," Mia said, hugging her daughter. "He would be so proud of you." Lily smiled, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment. Her work was more than a passion, it was a calling. Noah, now working at a prestigious research institute, made a groundbreaking discovery in renewable energy. His innovation promised to revolutionize the way communities access clean power, particularly in underserved areas. When he called his family to share the news, they erupted in cheers. "That's my brother," Lily exclaimed, her pride evident. Noah's achievement was a testament to his perseverance and the values instilled in him by his family. "I couldn't have done it without all of you," he said during his acceptance speech at an awards ceremony. "You taught me that failure is just a stepping stone to success." Daniel and Mia celebrated their 25th wedding anniversary with a quiet dinner at the studio. Over the years, their love had only deepened, their partnership a source of strength for the entire family. "Remember when we started this place?" Mia asked, looking around the studio. "It was just a dream back then." Daniel smiled, taking her hand. "And now it's so much more. Just like us." They toasted to their journey, grateful for the life they had built together. Their love story was a testament to the power of trust, resilience, and unwavering support. Lily married her longtime partner, Alex, in a heartfelt ceremony at the cabin. The event was intimate and filled with laughter and love. As she walked down the aisle, Daniel couldn't help but think of Ethan. "He's here with us," he whispered to Mia, who nodded, tears in her eyes. Noah served as the best man, his speech a touching tribute to his sister. "Lily has always been the heart of this family," he said. "And now, she's found someone who deserves her." The celebration was a reminder of the enduring power of family and the new chapters yet to be written. Years later, Daniel and Mia became grandparents when Lily and Alex welcomed a baby girl named Emma. Holding his granddaughter for the first time, Daniel felt a profound sense of continuity. "She has your eyes," he said to Lily, his voice choked with emotion. Mia smiled, her heart full. "And your spirit," she added. The family gathered around, their love for Emma a reflection of the legacy Ethan had left behind. The Blackwood family had come full circle, their bond stronger than ever. To honor Ethan's memory, the family established the Ethan Blackwood Foundation, dedicated to supporting education, the arts, and community development. The foundation's first project was a scholarship program for aspiring photographers and scientists, a fitting tribute to Ethan's belief in the power of dreams. At the foundation's launch event, Daniel spoke to a room filled with friends, family, and supporters. "My father always said that the true measure of a person is not what they have, but what they give," he said. "This foundation is our way of continuing his legacy of generosity and love." As the years passed, the Blackwood family continued to thrive. Lily's nonprofit expanded globally, touching lives across the world. Noah's research led to innovations that transformed communities, his work a testament to the power of perseverance. Daniel and Mia's studio remained a beacon of hope. Its impact felt far and wide. Emma, now a curious and spirited child, grew up surrounded by love and inspiration. She often asked about her great-grandfather, her eyes wide with wonder as Daniel and Mia shared stories of Ethan's life. "He would have loved you," Daniel said, his voice filled with emotion. The Blackwood family gathered for a reunion at the cabin, their laughter echoing through the mountains. The event was a celebration of love, resilience, and the enduring power of family. As they sat around the fireplace, Daniel raised a toast. "To us," he said, "to the journey we've shared and the future we'll build together." The room erupted in applause, their hearts united in gratitude. The reunion was a reminder of the bonds that had brought them together, their love a testament to the legacy Ethan had left behind. The Ethan Blackwood Foundation continued to grow, and its impact was felt in communities around the world. Scholarships were awarded, dreams were realized, and lives were transformed. The foundation became a symbol of hope, a testament to the power of love and generosity. Daniel and Mia, now in their golden years, watched with pride as their family's legacy continued to flourish. "We've come a long way," Mia said, her voice filled with gratitude. "And it's all because of the values Dad instilled in us." As Daniel sat on the porch of the cabin, he reflected on the journey that had brought them to this moment. The challenges, the triumphs, the love, it had all shaped them into the family they are today. He felt a deep sense of gratitude, his heart full. Mia joined him, her presence a source of comfort. "What are you thinking about?" she asked. Daniel smiled, taking her hand. "Just how lucky we are," he said, "to have each other, to have built this life together. Dad would be proud." Emma, now a teenager, showed a keen interest in photography, her talent evident in every shot. Lily and Alex encouraged her, their pride evident. "You have a gift," Lily said, her voice filled with admiration. Emma smiled, her heart swelling with determination. Noah, now a mentor to young scientists, watched with pride as his niece pursued her passion. The next generation was full of promise, their dreams a testament to the love and support that surrounded them. As the Blackwood family gathered for a holiday celebration, their hearts were filled with gratitude. The years had brought challenges, but also countless moments of joy and love. Their bond was unbreakable, their legacy a testament to the power of authenticity and resilience. Daniel stood to make a toast. "To the family," he said, his voice filled with emotion. "To love, to resilience, and the future. We've built something beautiful together, and I know Dad is smiling down on us." As the years passed, the Blackwood family's legacy continued to grow. Their impact was felt far and wide, their love a source of inspiration for all who knew them. They had faced challenges, but they had always emerged stronger, their bond unbreakable. Ethan's spirit lived on in every photograph, every scientific breakthrough, every act of kindness. His legacy was not just in his wealth, but in the love and values he had passed on to his family. The Blackwood family was a testament to the power of love, resilience, and authenticity. Their story is a reminder that true happiness comes from within. The Blackwood family's story became a timeless tale of love, resilience, and the enduring power of family. Their journey was a testament to the values that had shaped them, their legacy a source of inspiration for generations to come. As they looked to the future, they knew that their love and support would carry them through whatever challenges lay ahead. The Blackwood family was more than a name. It was a legacy of love, a reminder that the true measure of success is the impact we have on others. And so, their story continued a testament to the power of love, resilience, and authenticity. The Blackwood family's legacy was timeless, their bond unbreakable, their future bright.